Let's take just a minute or two here to look around a live router in SNMP version 2C. And there's one required command that we should definitely have down, but I'm actually going to start this little baby config with an optional one. And that is an access list. And boy, we seem to say that a lot in this course, all right? We're going to start this with an access list because I want to restrict access to my managers, to my NMS. And I do that simply with a standard ACL and then the IP address of the device I want to have access. So let's go ahead and put in an access list 10, not 210, and we'll just say that our device is right there. We're not going to log, although we could. And I'll go with that AC with the wildcard bits, and that's it. So again, this isn't required, but it's certainly recommended. So let's look at the one required command in all of this. And do not panic, as I always say when this many options fly up. That can be a little intimidating, but literally we need to know about 2 or 3 of these right now just to get started. And then a lot of these you'll learn about in future studies. It gets very, very detailed when you're working with SNMP. But the one that we need is community. And you can see the iOS even describes it as enable SNMP and then set your community string and your access privileges. So let's go ahead and put the word community here and see what our options are. Well, first off, we have to put in the community string, and I'm just going to use something here from my desk. And then we're prompted for a standard IP access list allowing access with this string. You could also use an expanded list. As you can see, you can use a named ACL. There's even room for an IP version 6 named ACL. And then we've got our RO and RW, and that's the level of access. And there's really no in between here. It's not like, and you Novell NetWare fans will enjoy this, it's like Novell NetWare 4, which I realize it's been a while. But boy, those certification exams were just like all giving you a ton of rights. It's like, okay, what can this person do? Well, here we either have read-write access, which means the device can change the config of the managed device, or we have read-only where they can't. So there's no middle ground here. And I'm going to go ahead and set up RW here. And then we're still asked for an access list number or a name or an IP version 6 name. But notice even here that this was perfectly legal the way it is. So I'm going to go ahead and put my list number, which was 10. And that's it. That's as far as you can go. So it's a good idea to know the syntax of that particular command. You know, what is Kleben? What is that? What's the RW? What's the 10? And a couple of other optional commands that I want to show you here. I said chassis ID, that kind of thing we're not going to get into. It's a good idea to use your contact command. Text for MIB object syscontact. Sounds like another language. Let's try iOS help and see if that helps us out a little bit. Hey, that's more like it. Identification of the contact person for this managed mode. So in the ultimate responsibility, I will name myself. There's one more here I'd like you to know, and that's location. Not location, location, location. You only have to type it once, but just put the physical location of this node. That's a good idea. And again, it's kind of like the remark command. It's certainly, for an ACL, it's certainly not required, but it is a good idea, especially as your configs get larger. But really, that's it for SNMP version 2C. Nothing real complex about it at all. And we'll now move on to the next video. See you there.